Hi guys. So you will need your interactive notebook, a calculator, pencil, a matte pencil, and the shapes that you see below. So make sure you have this before you begin. So the first thing I want you to do is to open to your table of contents and add 8-5, which is Prisms. Make sure you have everything else copied down as you see. Okay, so what I want you to do is to open to the next page after pyramids and label it as you see it. I want it to be 2 pages that are both blank, that are side by side, just as you see here. Make sure you label it 8-5, today's date, which is 2/28/17, and title it Prisms, Volume, and Surface Area. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is to define a prism. A prism has 2 congruent parallel polygons for bases and rectangles for lateral faces or for sides. Make sure you write this down in your interactive notebook. Okay, I want you to grab your triangular prism, and the first thing I want you to do is I want you to fold it along these blue lines right here. Fold it right there so that it folds into a prism. Okay, so once you have folded it along the lines like I said, what I want you to do is shade your bases. So if you notice, this is my base, so I shaded it, and this was my top base, and I shaded it. It's folded in, but you're going to shade it on the inside and label it top base, label that base, and on the outside flaps, like out here, you're going to label these lateral faces, okay, or they're your sides. Okay, so your prism should be shaded just like mine. Now we're going to put the measurements on our prism. This base right down here, okay, this is going to be 9 centimeters, okay, right here on the side, right here, this is going to be 7 centimeters, so that means this length would be 9 centimeters, and this would be 9 centimeters. So this would be 7, and this would be 7, along with this side over here. So the sides, again, are rectangles. So now we're going to talk about the base, and the height of the triangle, the base, is going to be 8 centimeters. It's hard to see. It's 8 centimeters. So make sure you have that labeled. Also, let's talk about the corners, okay? The corners are vertex, V-E-R-T-E-X. And right here, that's the edge, okay? So make sure you have that labeled. I know mine doesn't look that well, but just make sure you have that labeled. So your figure should now be labeled just like this one. Now what you're going to do is write figure 1 and name figure 1, which is a triangular prism. Then you're going to tell me the shape of the base, which of course is a triangle. Now what we're going to do is I want you to find the area of the base, which is the capital B. So you're going to put capital B. Okay, so the base is a triangle, so you need to find the area of the triangle. So look at your formula chart and find the formula for area of a triangle and write that down. So you should have found that the formula was the area of a triangle is 1/2 times the base times the height. And looking at your triangle for the base of the triangle is 9, the height of the triangle is 8. So use your calculator and do base times height, and you can either do divided by 2 or times 1/2, and then put your answer right here. Okay, now we're going to find volume, and the volume, if you look at your formula chart, you should see, if you look under volume and then you see prism, it has this formula right here. Volume equals capital B, which is the area of the base, which we just found, times the height. And the height in this case is going to be the distance between the two bases, okay? Which the distance between the two bases in this case is 7, okay? And you found that the area of your base was 36. So now all you have to do is multiply those two, 36 times 7, and you're going to get the volume. And remember, volume is in cubic units. Okay, so make sure you put that right there. Okay, so we just found the volume, and that should have been 252 units cubed. Remember, volume is what goes inside. How much can we fill that prism with? Now we're going to move down to surface area. The first surface area that we're going to find is lateral. Lateral, which is L-A-T-E-R-A-L. And remember, the lateral surface area is the sides. Okay, that's all of the sides, and that's it. So if you look at your formula chart, look for surface area, and remember, this is a prism, so find that formula and write it down. Lateral surface area. And that formula should be S equals capital P, which remember is the perimeter of the base, times the height. So to find the perimeter of the base, that is going to be 9 plus 9 plus 9 times the height, and in this case they're talking about the height, again the distance between the two bases, which is 7. So put that into your calculator and find the answer. Okay, so far your paper should look like this. The only difference is that you should have this answer right here. Okay? Make sure that now you have total surface area written down along with the formula. Again, the formula, if you look on your formula chart under surface area and then total, it would say S equals capital P times H plus 2 times capital B. Remember, capital B is the area of the base. Okay, so this information right here, okay, we already found, which was right up there. Now, we have to find the capital B, which is the area of the base. And remember, we did this way up here, okay? So the area of our base, and the reason we're multiplying it times 2 is because we have two bases. So plug your work in and find the answer. Okay, so you should now have everything that I have on my paper. You should have found the lateral surface area and the total surface area, which again is the lateral, which is all the faces, and then the total is including the two bases, the area of those two. And remember, surface area is if like we're wrapping a gift, or how much cardboard it takes to make a box, or how much aluminum it takes to make a can. Okay, the next figure I want you to get looks like the one you see here, and I want you to fold it along these lines right here that I'm making blue. Okay, and it's going to form, okay, a rectangular prism. So that's the next figure we're going to do. Figure number 2 is going to be a rectangular prism, and the base is going to be a square or a rectangle. Okay, the next thing I want you to do is label your figure just as you see here. Notice how I shaded in my bases, which was my top base and my actual base, and then I labeled the lateral faces, okay, the back and the front and the two sides, and then I put my measurements on here. And you can't see the measurement of this length, but it is actually 15. Okay, make sure you put all of this right here, which is figure 2, and you need to tell me the name of figure 2, which, remember, is a rectangular prism. And you need to tell me what the shape of this base is, okay, the shape of the base, which is a square, okay, but a square can be considered a rectangle. And then we're going to find the capital B, okay, remember capital B is the area of the base, so go ahead and find the area of the base, okay, do that real quick. And make sure that you glue down your figure, and you're going to glue this part down, okay, just where it says base. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to find the volume, and if you look in your formula chart or at your formula chart and you find volume and you find prism, it's still going to say that the volume equals capital B times the height. Capital B, remember, is the area of the base, okay, which we just found, okay, area of the base times the height. And the height of this is going to be the distance between the two bases. And the distance between the two bases is 15. So you need to fill in these two right here, and then you're going to multiply. So go ahead and do that. And then we're going to start with surface area. Okay, and just like on the triangular prism, the first thing we started with was the lateral surface area. And if you looked in your formula chart, again, since it's a prism, the formula is going to be the same, which is S equals capital P times H. And remember that the capital P is the perimeter of the base. So the base is a square. So if the base is a square, then that means that all of these sides right here, because there's 4 sides, are going to be the same measurement. And then H times the height, and that's the distance between the two bases. You should then be able to add these up right here, and that goes right there. Multiply it times the height, the distance between the two bases, and you're going to find the lateral surface area. Then after that, you'll find the total surface area, which is all of the sides, which is this right here, all of the sides, okay, because you just found this using that formula, plus times 2, because there are 2 bases, and remember this is capital B, okay, capital B is the area of the base, and remember we found that up at the very beginning, the capital B, the area of your base. So you'll put that there, and you'll plug that into your calculator, and you'll find your total surface area. Okay, what you're going to do from here is where you've seen me draw these red lines, you're going to fold your prism along those lines, and you're going to come up with a cube, label the bases, and the measurement, again, it's a cube, so the measurement of our cube, Okay, the length is going to be 9. The base is going to be 9. Okay, the width is going to be 9. This is going to be 9 since it's a cube. All of the measurements are the same. You need to make sure to fill out figure 3, the name of it, which is a cube, the shape of the base, which is a square, and you're going to have to find the area of the base. You're going to find the area of this. Look at your formula chart and find area, and then find rectangle, and it will tell you what formula to use. From then, you're going to find the volume of the cube or the prism, and then you're going to find the surface area, which is lateral and total. Okay, for this last figure, which is a cube, you are going to have to fill out everything you see here. So you're going to have to find the volume, you're going to have to find the area of the base, and you're going to have to find the surface area, lateral and total. Once you have done that, you are finished. You can show Miss Ricky or Miss White your interactive notebook.